Yes. Welcome back to Best Conversations Podcast. Don't adjust your TVs, your YouTubes, whatever you're watching. Yes, it's me, Killer TV. We back. Yes. But my people, they gone. Shout out to DJ VI. He's booked and busy. So he couldn't be with us tonight. And also Rello the Prince, he's working out of town. So it's right back to me, the old days, just the way I like it. Just me, Killer TV. But let me introduce myself. I'm Killer TV. Killer be the name. Don't ask how I got it. High definition Vaughn. We you see the vibe. We had to switch it up a little bit, you know what I mean? This train gonna keep on rolling. This train is gonna keep on rolling. So anyway, hope everybody is doing great out there. Same vibe, same things going on. We still gonna have the question of the week, and also we got another amazing guest. Nothing gonna change. NBA playoffs going on right now. Uh, my New York Knicks just got an amazing W. Shout out to everybody in New York, excited, got their Timberlands on, ready to rock and roll. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Knicks. I rep the Knicks and the Hornets. So if the Hornets are doing bad, hopefully my Knicks are doing great. Um, NBA playoffs, you never really know who's going to predict it and how things are going to go. Um, but hopefully my Knicks make it out the first round. I'll be very excited and very happy about that. If I don't know, how's it going to go, maybe I should ask AI. You know, that new artificial intelligence thing they got going on, where you can use somebody's voice and or now like something like you can pretty much like use them as like a text or anything like that. If you don't believe me, watch the TikToks of Kanye West with the artificial intelligence. I thought there was reference tracks, but there wasn't. There was like just the computer pretty much doing what it do. It's kind of crazy. Um, I'm not quite sure about this whole AI thing. Hopefully, my guest can help me with it a little bit, because if we just using people's voices and doing crazy stuff like that, but maybe it's good for some of you rappers, because maybe now y'all can get y'all Kanye West verse or your Jay-Z verse. This whole AI thing is crazy, and the whole technology thing is definitely getting crazier and crazier. But let's keep it moving. You know how we like to do it. We like to kick this thing off with the question of the week. This week's question of the week comes from my partner, my homie, Moody. Question of the week is pretty simple question. Is it cool, or can a man and a woman have a platonic friendship and not mess with each other? Me personally, I think it can. But once the toothpaste is out of the container, you can't put it back in. So it can't be no I done mess with I done mess with him before. Now we just cool. It has to be on some where y'all never cross that line. It's like really like family. It can't be no. It can't be like that. Like my homie Moody. Like we go to the bar together. We go to the club together. And you know what I mean? It's nothing. You know what I mean? We just really close friends. You know what I mean? A real straight up platonic friendship. Man, female. I'm married. She's not, but we still cool. You know what I mean? Her mom was my wedding director in my wedding. So that's how close it is with us. But y'all let me know. Can men and women, have this platonic friendship and be cool and, never cross that line? Let me know. All right, let's keep it moving. Best Conversations Podcast. Got another amazing guest tonight. This gentleman I've been watching is a returning guest, first off. I've been watching his movement go crazy. It's been a big jump from when he's first been on the podcast to now. Over 100,000 likes on TikTok, His page, YouTube channel has went over, I think, 2,000 subs on YouTube, and it's just constantly growing. And I feel like probably the best podcast out of the Carolinas. Welcome back to the show, AJ the Menace.
Hey, appreciate that, man.
Hey,
I appreciate that intro too.
Hey, come on, man.
That was a nice intro.
I'm only speaking truth.
Yeah, I appreciate.
I'm only speaking truth, man.
Now, the only correction is it's not at 2,000 yet, but honestly, I think it will be. We'll be over 2,000 subscribers in the next week.
Yeah,
for sure. So yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Mental health check, man. How you been, man? How's everything going, man?
I've been good, man. I've been great. I would say that I've been
honestly.
Yeah, I was. So I would say I've been working a lot harder and a lot more hours. So mental fatigue overall is up. But the results are yielding. You know what I mean? So It's like, but I do know I've burnt myself out several times over the last 5 to 10 years. So I know when to stop before I burn myself out. You know what I mean?
But like I said, it's all paying off now. You know
it's paying off, and now I really can't stop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
stop.
It's like
up to 3 shows now a week.
Yes, yeah, 3 shows are dropping a week now, and the 3rd show came out of nowhere. I mean, the 3-0 podcast has been a thing for 5 years. Then
people give people the kind of the backstory and the origin of the 3-0 podcast.
Yeah, so the 3-0 podcast started about 5 years ago with myself and my co-host Shane M. Petty, and family friend, and then we got together. I told him, I was listening to a lot of podcasts, Brilliant Idiots, Tax Season, things of that nature. And I just felt like it wasn't that hard. You know what I mean? That's pretty much why everybody starts a podcast.
Right, absolutely.
I mean, how hard could this be? Turning a microphone on and talking. And then you don't realize how hard it is until you do it. But I was like, look, we'll try this for 1 year. If nobody cares about it after a year, we'll stop. And, right before the end of the first, we only had 18 viewers at the most for the first 40-something episodes. They jumped to 150 right before episode 52. It's growing up to 5. Then for a couple of years, we were stagnant at about 500 to 600 listeners a week. And I would say in the last 6 months, we've went from 500-600 plays a week, just under 1,000 plays a week, to anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15,000 plays a week across all platforms. And that's within the last 6 months. So the growth in general, I mean, it's been a long road, but just these last 6 months have been so amazing. I've learned so much. I put in so much more time, and it's really paying off now. And it's just, yeah.
Now, Menace Material?
Yeah.
Are you like the CEO? Are you the?
Yeah.
Y'all own this together, like?
Yeah, it's just me. It's Menace Material Entertainment is me, and I started that 10 years ago, maybe. I mean, the only reason I started Menace Material Entertainment, I was doing music first, and nobody would let me. My boy Lauren, back then he was going by Leon Gamble.
What up, Leon?
What
Lauren.
up? Yeah.
My guy.
He was doing music heavy and getting shows and stuff like that. Shakedown Street days. For anybody who remembers Shakedown Street and things of that nature, Berkeley Cafe, stuff like that. And then he was taking a break. He had dropped a mixtape, and then I was like, well, to keep your energy going and your buzz going, I'll start rapping. But nobody would book me a show. All the same people that I was going to shows with him with, and he was getting shows, they wouldn't book me. So I started Menace Material Entertainment. I dropped a mixtape called Procrastination at Its Finest on SoundCloud. And I just went under that umbrella name pretty much. And that's morphed into... Menace Material Entertainment has just morphed into much more than just a house name for artists or rappers. It's turned into a podcast network. It's turned into a production company. It's turned into talent. We develop people, I would say, a little bit. Original content creation. It's turned into a little bit of everything. Everything that we had to do to push somebody's music career, which was either myself or Lauren's music career, that's essentially what we had to master. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
And so as those skills got up, you know,
because in your opening line of your podcast, you say where the artists,
where even the artists can be fans. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what makes your podcast so much different from everybody else because bringing the artists in, and you're an artist, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's that connection.
Yeah,
that connection.
making sure people know from the beginning we're coming at it from a different lens. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're not just a bunch of people who just like have an opinion.
Right.
All of us are we've done something else creatively. You know what I mean? Myself, music, videography, things of that nature. Lauren, music. Shane, screenwriter. He writes short stories and feature films. Cherry, music, and Jeff, my boy Jeff, he's visual artist too. He draws his ass off, you know. So all of us are artists that come with our own perspective on the landscape that we're talking about.
What do you think makes your team work? Because I have my own team, and we I mean, we argue, we go through. I mean, anytime everybody's trying to come up with this one idea and make it work,
right?
Of course, there's going to be like some disagreements, some arguments. But what do you think makes your team work? Because I mean, just from the outside looking in, it seems like everybody's all in. Is that hard? Is that hard to get everybody on the same page like that?
I don't think there is a challenge to it. It's not all simple, but I think the main thing that the reason why it works is because all of us are consistently trying to be better. And I think that's the biggest thing. So I would say like me and Lauren, we do music together. Me and our work relationship goes, but we met each other in college. You know, we know each other like the back of our hand. Like he knows how I'm going to answer all these questions almost. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So, but the thing that we've always been good about is we're always trying to get better. And I think that's the main attribute that I look for in people that I want to work with, because there's been moments, even in music, when I don't want to do no more collaborations with people because I'm coming at 150 and my 150 is your, like, 100 to you is 50 to me. Mm-hmm. That's the best way to put it, you know? So I think something is 50%. We're only halfway done. This is subpar to me.
Right.
And you think this is the greatest thing, that you feel like we've hit a milestone. You know what I mean? And it's like, that used to be one of the most frustrating things that I used to run into working with people, is just that our level of quality is not the same.
Right. You don't want to be messing with the bare minimum boys.
I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
Hey, Joe wrong for that though.
No, he's not. I like that.
Man.
I like that.
You don't like Joe? You don't like Rory and Mal?
Nah, it's subpar. It's bare minimum. It's subpar. I don't think
it's bare minimum.
Absolutely.
Explain, because you a podcast guy.
So I've been preparing my notes. You know, I did a video that went really well. I put a video out 3-4 days ago with the Homeroom podcast, me, LOI, or Tone Groove, and Jay Nobles, where we were talking about Rory and Mal, and it's like 4 days ago, and it's at like 5,000 views right now on YouTube. And I was going in, you know what I'm saying? I like going in on people. It's fun, you know? And but the main thing is I think they do those attributes that Joe puts on them are accurate, because what has Rory and Mal ever said that had you thinking outside the box? Have they ever had you literally dying laughing so hard that you have to reverse the podcast because you missed the last 60 seconds?
I thought the Mal was pretty good with the trying to be too cool but a little funny. You know what I mean?
Nah, both of them are. I saw a great explanation video today, and they summed it up, I thought, really well. They said Rory and Mal, their humor, their relationship, their banter is only for diehard fans and core audiences.
I think that's what Joe is.
I don't think so. Because I don't think so.
And the reason exactly what Joe is.
That's not the same thing. I'm gonna tell you why. Rory and Mal, none of their takes have ever went viral. Period. Never, ever, not one time. And in order to grow your audience, you have to have a take that is so hot. They might post me on the Spanish channel. You know what I'm saying? Like they might post me on Spanish Instagram because like a Hispanic channel Instagram account because I said something about a Latin artist that was so crazy or so out there that, and what that is going to do is grow my audience because you know what I mean? Rory and Mal, if it was not for Joe Budden, nobody would know them.
We would not know.
Nobody would know them.
I mean that's true.
Exactly. So let's take that away and let their podcast stand alone. It's just like any other podcast in the city. You know what I mean? That's not doing nothing or just friends that wanted to start a podcast. There's nothing exemplary about them. All their takes are all middle ground. And in podcasting, what's the point of doing a podcast if you don't have a take that's different from somebody else? You know what I mean? The whole point is to kind of jump out.
Definitely can't disagree with
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you're in the middle, for what? Why would I listen to you? I can listen. I can watch the news for that. Right. And even the news is salacious, more salacious than Rory and Mal podcast. Right. At least on the news at 6 p.m., I'm gonna hear about 3 shootings. I'm gonna hear about somebody who just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hear some crazy stuff on the news. Yeah. I'm not hearing nothing on Rory and Mal podcast.
So you don't listen no more. You don't listen to watch.
I never listen to it.
For real?
For what?
What's crazy to me? Like, I don't really watch Joe shit like that no more. Like, I catch the clips, but I don't watch it no more. Like Joe has really, he ain't for everybody. You know what I mean?
He's not. No. I would say that.
And some people say that about me. Like, I'm not for everybody. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not for everybody. You know what I mean?
And I don't think you're supposed to be for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. But I don't know, man. I like Roy and Mal. I see they went with the whole bare minimum boys t-shirts and all that. I was like,
weak.
Yo,
the only thing, the credit that I gave them on the last show is the one thing that Roy and Mal taught us is how to monetize
the situation.
Monetize the situation or monetize a breakup. That's all they've taught us. So
the breakup was probably like their biggest viral moment.
For sure. And then think about what they did. They put it behind a $5 paywall. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And people paid.
People who didn't know anything about them or Joe Budden saw how big that controversy was and paid that $5. It was like, we got the, because people like controversy.
Yep.
So I would say in terms of monetizing controversy, A1, they did that. Joe Budden flamed them up. They printed some shirts. They know how to monetize something, but they don't know how to play ball. They don't know how to play ball.
Speaking of playing ball, Menace Material, what made you wanted to start a network and bring in shout out to
LOI?
Yeah, what
LOI the show? Yep.
Yeah, what made you want to bring them on and actually, because I remember watching you. And you said, I'm done interviewing you niggas. You know what I mean? Like,
I damn sure did. I got to that point for sure.
Like, I'm done interviewing you.
Yeah, I'm done with y'all. Yeah.
And, it's just gonna be more about me. And so now you have, the AJ the Menace show, the classic 3 Oak podcast, in the homeroom. And back to the original question, what made you bring those gentlemen in?
The big number one, they're stars. These guys are superstars. When I look at them, I see superstars. That's number one. Number two is they put their reps in. And they're what I'm looking for in anybody to be associated with the brand. Like I was saying, are you always constantly trying to make yourself better? And they are. Not only, they didn't just pick this up yesterday. They started this 5 years ago. They're young too. They're in their lower 20s. You know what I mean? Which means, I can't remember if they told me they started in high school, but if they didn't start in high school, they started like the summer after high school, after their senior year.
What's your relationship? How did you discover them
So they actually have, from what they've told me, they've followed us already, and they've been watching us. And one of their goals was to get on the 3 Oak podcast because they were like, y'all are the biggest podcast in the city, if not North Carolina. Jay Nobles came out to the last live show that we did. and I actually got to meet him in person. And it was still, at live shows and just events, anybody who's done it, I'm shaking everybody's hand. I'm saying what's up, but it's really a quick in and out. We're not having no deep conversation. But I do remember meeting him regardless of the fact. These niggas, they tall as shit. You know what I mean? Like, they both like 6'4", 6'5", you know what I'm saying? But yeah, introduced himself. He was like, "Yo, I would love to like link with you, connect, say less, DM me on Instagram." He DM me on Instagram. I follow their page for months, for the next 3-4 months, maybe even 6 months. I just see their clips popping up. I'm like, bro, these dudes are crazy. They're funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they're good. These are the dudes. You know what I'm saying?
What did the team think about? Are they automatically going to roll whatever you say, or what did the team think?
Which is why I like them. And because they're great podcasters in their own. The thing that I liked about LOY is, like I said, I think they're superstars, and I think they have everything it takes to be big. I just have resources and knowledge. I just think they need better presentation. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want nothing from them, but I like y'all so much. I want y'all to come under our roof. Let me help you be as big as I know that you should be. You know what I mean? And that's the conversation that we had. I let them know. They came on our podcast 3 times. We did like 3 mashup episodes. And we went viral on TikTok every time. We either went viral on TikTok or we went viral on Instagram. All 3 shows. You know what I'm saying? There was a clip that went out that did 20,000 to up to 100,000 views. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I knew it. I knew these were the ones. I knew they were the guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You've come 3 times and we've gone viral 3 times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Micro to macro viral. And I was like, I called them. We got on a FaceTime, and I said, "Look, I don't want your intellectual IP on any level. Just I want you under Menace Material roof. That's it. I want to help produce your show. Even though you're producing your own show, that's another thing that I like is they can do it all themselves. If they stop messing with us tomorrow, the LOI show is continuing.
That's what I like.
Period. You know what I mean? And that's another thing that I like.
Right.
Is that these aren't 2 dudes that are asking for help. They're not stunted in their production. You know what I'm saying? They'll get it done themselves because this is what they want to do.
Right.
But I want to help you get it done as well. So it worked out, we set up a spot for them in my garage. I've turned my garage into a studio. My garage is probably roughly the size of this studio that we're in right now. And I've set up 3 different sets inside of my studio now.
It's amazing what you taking what you have and creating into what it is.
Right. Yeah.
No excuses.
Yeah.
Another amazing show under the umbrella. Probably my favorite because this is what I do. I love up close and personal interviews.
Yeah.
I love the AJ the Menace show because it's somebody different. It's not just the typical rappers or anything.
Right, rapper, producer, stuff like that.
The first one, I guess, was the young lady from the radio show.
A-Dub, yep, A-Dub.
And that messed me up because I always thought I don't listen to radio much, but when I do listen, you know what I mean, I hear her and I thought she was black.
Shout out to A-Dub, yeah.
And when I seen her on there, I was like, oh shit. It's a white girl.
That's why I made sure to put that in the reel. I was like, A-Dub is a white woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, A-Dub is original tissue, though, yeah.
Yes, very, very dope interview.
Yeah.
Do you like the one-on-one?
I do. I don't like having interviews on the podcast anymore. If somebody comes to the pod, especially because now that we've like filled the cast out more, so it's more than just me now. It's more than just me and Shane now. It's me. It's more than me, Shane, and Lauren. It's me, Shane, Lauren, Cherry, and my boy Jeff. So it's like there's 5 seats already. I don't want to sit somebody down, and we've done it here and there for like a little period where it's like you sit somebody down, but you got 4 or 5 people. People can't get as comfortable and answer questions, and you can't dive as deep with a guest with multiple voices. You can get the best out of an interview with a one-on-one experience. You know what I mean? So, and on top of that, I did not want the show to be interview based.
Mm-hmm.
The only show on the platform that is interview based is the AJ the Menace show. That's it. Every other show on the network is personality based, and that's one of the most important things that I wanted to do, because some of my influences like Charlamagne the God, they've said multiple times, if you have a interview or if you have a guest based show, what happens when the guest stops showing up?
Guest stop showing up.
You know what I mean? So
I definitely took that advice as well. When I brought my brother on, I brought DJ VI on, because they're more of a personality. Because I ain't gonna lie, like my favorite podcast was the Combat Jack show.
I loved it. Yeah, rest in peace to Combat Jack.
Rest in peace to Combat Jack. I love the journey. You know what I mean? Because I used to work at FedEx, and so like even Flip the Script show, like they really be having them like go from, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like long-winded. That's my favorite interview. That's
long base, long form.
Like getting into every like little detail of the journey.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
And you can't do that with 3-4 different interviewers.
Right.
You can't. You know what I mean?
You can't. You definitely can't. So that's even with Best Conversation. That's why I thought it was great when I brought my brother-in-law, more personality, the DJ, the music, the influence, and all that.
Yeah, I like that. And then y'all go live too. Y'all be having callers too and stuff. Yeah, I like that. I like all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a little different. TikTok.
Yeah.
How you feel about TikTok?
I like TikTok.
Cause you done had some viral moments over there.
I done had a couple viral moments over there. Yeah. My biggest one is me going at this girl.
Yeah, I was trying to lean into that. I was trying to lean into that.
So that was like our first big viral moment on.
And which was so. I rewatched the clip today doing my research.
Yeah.
And
that was a risky one.
I was like, yo, he didn't even say anything crazy.
That was risky. It was risky. You know, just with the climate with men and women relationships today, that was a risky one to jump out the window on. I'm a risk taker though. You know what I mean? Because I've talked to people and people advise me against that. You know what I mean? People advise me against going in.
Was the young lady famous or something?
No, it was just another chick. Another chick. That's it. Really? We made her famous though. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to you. Yeah. That was a risky one. Just because men and women relationships, you as a man, you can't for a minute and a half go on offense on women. You know what I'm saying? Without getting scrutiny unless you're presenting it in the correct way. But she gave me all that.
But you always got Cherry there.
We had Cherry. Shout out to Cherry. Cherry was there to let that hammer go. You know, I laid the foundation. Cherry. You know, I threw the oop. Cherry dunked it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the girl. Like I said in the video, maybe you had a bad day. We use you for content. We appreciate you. You got our TikTok lit. That was a big moment for us though, because that put our TikTok on. But the thing with TikTok, and we were kind of talking about it before, TikTok is too finicky for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
absolutely. If that's how you're gonna make the backbone of your show, or that's what you expect all your views to come from, it's gonna be kind of hard, because as we was talking before we started, like, yo, they'll mute you, and you
they'll mute your audio. It's a children's program. It's a Chinese program. There's too many legislative bills around it to where they're trying to ban it, and it's like TikTok has given people an entire careers.
Absolutely.
But and it's given us great moments. It's given us great spikes on our analytics. It's given us followers, but I just can't. I can't rely on it solely just because I can't put my eggs in this.
Yeah,
I'd rather put my eggs in a YouTube basket than TikTok. I mean, if every 3 months y'all talking about this joint might get banned, I mean, I'll appreciate all my viral moments, but I'm not about to just go crazy.
You be having the wild viral moments on TikTok. Like my joint just did well. I put up my big ticket interview from a couple years ago on TikTok and did about 5 on there, and I was about 5K on there. I was like, okay,
it goes up, yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay, let me. You know, I got some more celebrity interviews. Let me try to. And then the next one don't do as good. I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, cause me, if I see somebody with a fire TikTok and I'm a click on it and see what else on there. You know what I mean?
See what else is on their page.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I would think that's just like the regular shit to do, but
yeah, it's TikTok is hard, and I know one of the main reasons that one. And mind you, we've gone viral. We've done over 100,000 views on TikTok, more than just like little light ones coming at women or something like that, or coming at a specific person. Because it wasn't even women in general; it was just this specific person. I've had one get 170,000 views where I was talking about how south of the border is shady.
The south of the border one was another crazy one,
yeah,
but was crazy because
it was on point.
It was on point.
Yeah, so it's like
you said what a lot of people been thinking, like riding down 95.
Is there money laundering going on over here? You know what I mean?
Shit,
this can't be real.
That janky shit still open.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like. And shout out to my boy Jeff too, because that's another thing. You know, Jeff is one of the people that was added most recently to the podcast. But he's been behind some of those viral moments. You know what I mean? Like some of me and Jeff's back and forths have gone viral. Our Post Malone one does well every time.
Yeah.
And you know, where we go back and forth just going at Post Malone. We joking on Post Malone, but I can post that every time and I know I'll get at least 20,000 views and I can get as many as 50,000 views. You know what I mean? So it's like we've had a couple, same with the south of the border one. Me and him are tag team in the conversation, you know. But me and him we've been friends since high school. We worked at a same high school job together. So we have friendship history from back then, you know. But yeah, TikTok is iffy. I haven't had a video hit on TikTok in a couple of weeks. The last one that hit was LOI had one that hit. And they were talking about the boys' clothing section in Target, how it's being like feminized and stuff like that, and how there's like pastel colors and all these things, rainbows and blah, blah, blah. You know, that's already a topic that's going to get up underneath anybody's skin. So that one's at like 12,000 views right now, I think. So that one's growing, and it just picked back up because at first it only had like 2,000 or 5,000, and all of a sudden in the last week it went up another 7,000. You know what I mean? Crazy. So it's like that is the nice thing about TikTok too. You know, one of your old videos just might take off and get another 20,000 out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Before we get into the music, before we transition into the music to your music career, you know, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of you. I'm a fan of what you're building, and I'm gonna be real. Like I used to be like ahead of you with the YouTube subs and shit, and I was like. long as I stay right there with Menace, boy. Right. Long as I stay right there with Menace, I'm all right.
Yeah,
nigga, I watched that shit go. Shit.
Started hitting the
mouth. What are y'all niggas
all real,
man,
no cap in them views. Yeah.
What was that experience like, man? Because all the work you have put in, man, and to finally really 10 years, really see it pay off,
right?
With the subs, man, and with the subscriptions, and going crazy on YouTube and people.
And what's even more for me, and what I care more about is like the watch time hours. You know what I mean? Like, because that just shows how much time people are investing in the content. You know what I mean? The views are, not the views. I want the views as well because that's going to get watch time. But like the subscribers is cool. I'm not even pressed on the subscribers. I just want the watch time up. You know what I mean? Like, that's the number that I really go crazy for. But I mean.
But realistically, AJ, who's sitting really through a whole podcast? Like, I mean,
well, that's the thing. Most people aren't, which means the higher I get that number, the better I'm doing.
Right.
So it's like, for the last 5 years, I've constantly tried to make the listening experience more enjoyable. And mind you, I'm somebody that will sit through a 3-hour podcast.
Absolutely. I mean, my job. As long as I got my, the way I consume podcasts work.
During work. That's how most workers, truck drivers, you know, they're going to do the 3 hours. They'll do the 4 hours. They'll do the 2 hours.
Right.
So even though most people won't do it, I know there's millions of us who will. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what made podcasting.
What made podcasting. So
absolutely.
That's why I'm always looking at that number because I'm like, I want those people. Those are the people I want to find.
Right.
The people like me that. And I want to be able, and that helps me know that I'm giving them an enjoyable experience, that they can stick around for 2 hours. You know what I mean? And I'm not boring you out after 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 3 minutes. But I mean, just watching the growth on YouTube in general, man. I mean, we could do a whole show alone on the growth of YouTube, like literally.
It was crazy because I know it was organic and it was
yes,
real. Like,
yeah, and I mean, I can just tell you
because I got no love for nobody that buys views or buy blue checks. No
yeah,
love.
you niggas is out here buying views, bro. I'm not with it, bro. I see it
man.
all, bro. I see it all. Period. Like, because I know how much time it took for me to learn YouTube. I'm still learning YouTube. There was a 6-month period last year, not this previous 6 months, but the 6 months before that, where every day I'm watching 30-minute videos, 1-hour videos, 2-hour videos on YouTube algorithm and how to get into it to grow your channel. And then I'm taking all that experience every single day. I'm watching multiple videos, how to grow your YouTube, what do we need to get better? The titles, the thumbnails, boom. We're implementing those. Me and Lauren are implementing those every single podcast that we drop. We're starting to bust a 2-hour podcast down to 5 to 10 to 15-minute bits. We're putting album artwork, thumbnail artwork with each one. Uploading a video for me right now, if I was to go from 0 to completion, the video's already edited. I'm just talking about uploading it. I might spend 10, 15 minutes just setting the video up before I even hit publish.
Right.
By filling out the tags, filling out the description, using all 500 descriptions, figuring out the perfect title, getting the artwork done. All that stuff takes time.
The time to actually drop it.
Yeah, so it's like
everything.
It's taken me from when I used to just upload and drop to now it'll take me each little segment. I got it a lot quicker now though. You know, I can drop a YouTube video in about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes now. But I mean, there was a point when I was spending 30 minutes just setting the video up before I hit upload. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like, that's the type of work that I was putting in. I'm up till, well, I mean, bro, I'm sick. You know what I'm saying? I always say I'm sick, but it's funny. But it's like, bro, I'm sick, dog. You know what I mean? I'll stay up all night just researching how to make that thing work. You know what I mean? And this shit's working, bro. It's working, and it's finally working. And I'm really at the beginning of it right now. And
congrats to y'all, man.
And I'm just, bro, it feels so good. I stay up late at night. Once the YouTube, like now my thing is I'm having sleepless nights because the video hit the algorithm and I'm like, oh shit, 700 views just rolled in. Let's go. And then now I can't go to sleep because I want to see what, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see where it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then it's like, let me chill. Relax. Let me go to bed. I'm waking up like it's Christmas morning. You know what I'm saying?
I've been there too, bro. Like I used to do a web series. I Just Want to Be Great. You can go watch that on YouTube. And sometimes that motherfucker hit the perfect sweet spot. And
yes.
Like, golly, like.
And one of the things that I'm learning too, how important the titles are. Yeah. I went back and adjusted some titles. So there was a couple of LOI clips that went out, had 50 views, 100 views, 16 views, low views. I changed the title on them. I woke up the next day, they were at 700. 500, 400 views. I'm like, oh, okay. So now there's like, I want to take off of work just so I can go through my back catalog and change every title. You know what I mean? Like, go through, change every title just to see what happens. Because I changed 3-4 titles and got 500 views every time I changed the title to make it more, you know what I mean? So YouTube is so particular, you know what I mean? And that's what people don't realize, how particular it is. And it takes time and it takes trial and error to get it right. And now I feel like I found it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not at the point, and I'm still at the point now where when you look at my YouTube channel, I'll do a 3-hour podcast. I'll drop 20 clips out of that podcast. And 2 to 3 out of those clips will get like 1,000, either anywhere from 1,000 to 7,000 views.
Right.
All the other clips have, 3, 4, 500, 600, 700. I haven't mastered it to where I got all of them yet. You know what I'm saying? And so now I'm trying to figure
with the shorts,
And even with the shorts. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, I done figured it out. I'm figuring out how to get 2 to 3 clips go crazy. Right. Let me figure out how to get 10 clips to go crazy now. Right. You know what I mean? And because anytime I get one clip going crazy, I'm getting real people commenting.
Right.
People are, and I know it's real and it's working because it's just like, bro, it's just like, I'm not a crier, but if I was a crier, I would have cried like 3 times in the last 3 weeks probably. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because people have, a video hit the YouTube algorithm and they've came over to my Instagram DM and wrote me a paragraph talking about how much they like the content in the channel. You know what I'm saying?
That's dedication, because it's,
and that, and those,
it's hard to get people going from here.
It's already hard for me to get you to go from Instagram to YouTube.
Right.
But these people are going and then typing me a paragraph. They've already left me a paragraph on the YouTube comment. Mm-hmm. And now they leaving me a paragraph in my DM. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, those are the moments, and I'm like, oh my God, like that, those feel so good. And that's what make like, and I'm like, damn, it's just, I don't know how to, you know, it makes me feel so good. You know what I'm saying?
All right. As we transition to the music.
Yeah.
My one beef with you, AJ, is
I don't drop music enough.
Is, man, when the hell we gonna get a video for Sundress? What's that? Sundress, man.
Yeah, you look. Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. The video, it's really long overdue. It's really long. It's really long overdue. And me and Lauren have a concept for it already. I'm not gonna say it, but we have a. I'll tell you afterwards. But
man,
we have a concept for it.
Please,
I think.
Is this the year?
I don't want to say this year.
You don't want to say
maybe this year. Honestly, maybe this year. It's a lot on our plate right now. Mm-hmm. But maybe this year, because things are going so well. I'm excited too because Lauren just recorded a song. You know, Leon Gamble is Lauren, formerly known as Leon Gamble. He's using his real name now. But we just recorded a music video for him this morning. A guy named Art shot the video for him. And that should be coming out soon. This is the first time we've dropped music since our new growth on YouTube.
Are you excited to see what it do?
I am excited to see what it does because the song is fire. Lauren's always been fire. So
amazing.
Yeah, amazing. So it's
even with the spoken word,
it's like Lauren musically has always been superior. 10 out of 10 is this is what he does. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really interested to see what's gonna happen now. You know what I mean? Right. We were fighting for every view back in the day.
Right.
And we were always fighting for every view. You know what I mean? So. I'm really dying to know. But to be fair, our music has always done well. Mm-hmm. So when I've looked at my YouTube history up until recently and just did the most viewed video down to the lowest viewed video, all of our music videos are at the top every time. Up until recently. But now I'm like, oh shit, what's going to happen now? You know what I mean? Would this song get 10,000 plays?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm praying that happens for him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like... Because we have there's so much more life to it now. You know what I mean? To the channel.
Top 5. What's AJ's top 5 MCs all time?
Now this is my top 5, but Dom Kennedy is in there for sure.
Kennedy, dope.
Nipsey Hussle,
dope. Shout out to Nipsey.
Dom Kennedy, Nipsey Hussle, J. Cole.
Shout out to him. Dreamville. You was out there this year?
Yeah, I haven't missed a year yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been every year so far. Rick Ross is in there. Rick Ross.
Hey.
Shit. Man, I haven't had one of these conversations in so long, boy. I'm like, let me turn my mind back on the music. Damn. I was about to say Lil Wayne just to like make it easier, even though he was just like a moment in my life of like my favorite. He wouldn't be. I don't think he'd be in my top 5 of all time though. I don't think Jay-Z would be either.
What?
Even though I don't think he'd be in my top 5 of all time. And this is and mind you, I'm not talking about skill. Like I'm talking about my ears love the most.
You know what's crazy?
You know what I'm saying? I'll leave it at that 4. I'm gonna leave it at that 4, bro.
Okay, so you got a Mount Rushmore.
No, hell no.
I mean, that's the Mount Rushmore's 4, right?
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's AJ the Menace's Mount Rushmore for sure. Now, but if we were having a conversation of like top 5 greatest of all time, for sure Jay-Z's in there. You know what I'm saying? Right. But yeah,
I feel like Jay-Z's is kind of bumping down on a lot of people's lists when you really sit back and do like peeping it and see how it's like, because like. he was never the hottest, but he stayed the consistent the whole time. And then when you look at it, you're like, yo, he always knew how to stand next, right close to the hottest person to kind of stay relevant. Well, I'm the biggest Jay-Z fan.
Okay.
But
when being hot, about it, I was
like, damn,
I'll put Drake in my top 5.
Drake's in your top 5?
Drake's in my top 5.
Drake's not in my top 5.
Yeah, I put him in my top 5.
I like Drake a lot.
Yeah.
Anytime he drop, I'm going to check it out. If he drop at 12, I'm right there, 12:01, checking it out.
I'm taking Rick Ross out. I'm putting Kanye in there. Kanye, Nipsey, Dom Kennedy, Drake, J. Cole.
Okay.
That's my top 5.
Solid 5.
Yeah.
I cried the first time I heard College Dropout.
For real?
I cried.
Graduation was the one for me.
College Dropout, I was supposed to be in college, but I wasn't. But
I was like, it was really hitting.
It was really hitting, and it was the spaceship song.
I've been working this great.
I was really working the great shift, and my checks used to be terrible.
Yeah,
I'd be walking home from work, and it was like, yo, that song just
buy me a spaceship and fly.
Yeah, it hit different, man. That song, and what made me that song had me emotional, but it was the story at the end.
Yeah.
That was like. Oh,
yeah.
God, what I look like giving up now?
Those first 3 albums are perfection. I don't care how good this is me. I don't care how good your album is if there's no skits on it.
Yeah.
It's not a classic album if there's no skits. And that's just me, though. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's like that, but I don't know, man. Sometimes just something about a skit will bring that shit together nothing else. You know what I mean?
Like the skit before a workout plan.
Right.
Classic.
Yeah. Classic. Bernie Mac. I mean, not Bernie Mac. We thought it was Bernie Mac the whole time.
I thought I was tripping. I did not know that was D. Ray Davis.
Yeah, D. Ray Davis. Yeah, we thought it was Bernie Mac.
I thought that was Bernie Mac the whole time.
Yeah. Bro. So, that was a plot twist for all of hip hop, I feel like.
I thought it was like, just a natural Chicago.
It made so much sense that it was Bernie Mac. And then when we find out it's D. Ray, we were like, what? We all it's like we all got.
Yo.
The wool was pulled over all of our eyes for a decade plus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought I was the only one that was tripping.
Nah. That messed a lot of people up.
I just thought that was Bernie Mac, man.
And it was like I thought it was Bernie Mac so much. I mean, we were buying CDs back then.
Yeah.
I wasn't even pressed on looking at the credits to see if whose name was on there. For what? I know Bernie Mac's voice. That's in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
You Kanye.
Yeah. You come on, Kanye. But the thing about Jay-Z too is that I just saw the TikTok where they were talking about how Jay-Z was never the hottest rapper.
Yep.
That blew my mind. Like,
his big break. Go through his timeline real fast. His height was 98 with Hard Knock Life. He sold 5, but X sold 5 twice that year.
Right, yeah.
You know
so it's like every time I thought he had one up, it was a DMX year or something. DMX I'm like, damn, all right. I guess he wasn't.
99 comes around. Then he, with the big pimping shit. Then Eminem comes out. Then 2000. Then it's Nelly. Then it's 01. And then
it was Outkast or something like that.
Eminem goes crazy again with
the Marshall Mathers EP. Well, that was
LP. The Eminem show do 10, and Nellyville do 10, and
right.
You know what I mean? Love Below Speaker Box do 10. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
50 Cent.
Get Rich Die Trying. So, but he stayed consistent through all of it, and he knew when to get next to the hot guy.
Right, and he knew when to step away too.
He knew when.
Because once 50 came, he was like, "We're done.
We're done." Like, we seen it coming.
It's time to do business for the next 10 years. And then I'll pop back out with 444.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Or Magna Carta. Magna Carta was first, I feel like, Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
But that was when I saw that TikTok, I was like, well, damn. Yeah. Like, it kind of messed me up because I was like, I love Jay-Z too, but I'm like, damn, I guess somebody has always outshined him musically. Just, in terms of numbers and impact. Every year that I thought he was at the top of the game,
Even looking at the Paris show that I guess he just recently done, it's like he seems like I don't even feel right on stage anymore because I just look at him more like a businessman now.
Right.
It's not.
I loved 444.
Oh man,
that's one
amazing.
of my favorite Jay-Z albums.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think it definitely. If you didn't leave from that album on some bossing up type stuff,
right? Yeah.
Like
Family Feud is my favorite song off that album. Still, I still listen to that song pretty regularly. At least once a month, I listen to that song. You know, I love with that Beyonce just going crazy in the background.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, that's one of my favorites.
AJ the Menace, man. I want to thank you for coming, for pulling up, man, and definitely much continued success, man. Yeah. You're just a cool overall dude, man. When I first met you with Alias, crazy ass, I was like, yo, this dude right here is solid. You know what I mean? And you didn't even know me like that. Then I asked you like one time, hey, come be on the pod, and you was like, hell yeah, I do it.
Right.
And I love people that's consistent. You know, I hit you. We don't talk on the regular, but I hit you again, and you say, hey, let's do it.
Right. Well, yeah, there's a reason, too, as well, but I should have did this at the beginning. I wanted to thank you for inviting me as well. But the reason it was like that is because I've been invited to several places, but my best interview that I've ever done was with you.
Thank you.
I feel like you're great at what you do, and you like everything. Even this one, I knew it was going to be good. You know what I mean? Like every time I've gotten with you, you have great questions, you great banter, back and forth, everything. And that's why when you were like, yo, do you want to sit down and do an interview? It was a no-brainer. And that's why you were like, can you do tomorrow? I don't care. I'm pulling up. Like, you hit me, I'm coming. You know what I'm saying?
Less, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Anything you want to leave the people with before we get up out of here?
Yeah. Don't stop doing it. Don't stop doing whatever you're trying to do. Consistently learn how to be better. That's the most important thing. Keep getting better. If it's not working, figure out why it's not working, because there might be one button you didn't check. It might be one ad lib you forgot. It might be one little thing that you're forgetting that's separating you from getting to that market that you're looking for, to where you can live off of your dream and your passion. Do not stop learning how to be better. And do not buy your fucking views.
Do not buy your views.
Get it organically. Because what's the point of having 20,000 fake followers when you can have 2,000 real followers? There's no point.
Absolutely.
Stay true to you. Keep learning. Stay consistent.
Hottest podcast in North Carolina, man. Yeah. Make sure y'all checking out the 3 Oak Podcast.
Menace Material Entertainment YouTube. Just go there. That's all I want y'all to do. Menace Material Entertainment YouTube, you find everything that we do. They got a podcast tab now too. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, I got a quick story time with Killer before we get out of here. We were just discussing the fake views and the fake, stuff like that. So there's been a big conversation about the blue checks.
Yes.
So
yes.
I got blue checked.
Okay.
This is a story.
You got one?
No, I ain't got one.
You got blue checked. Okay,
I got blue checked.
Okay, go ahead.
It all makes sense. I'm on Twitter, strolling, minding my business, just strolling. And so, shout out to Goldsboro Graham's been on the podcast. He says this person is feeling generous today. Hit him up. He put his Cash App out there. He's like, this dude's feeling generous. I didn't know who the dude was, but he had a blue check, so I'm thinking he's famous. So I'm like,
he's got to be legit.
So he got to be legit. Like I'm thinking like he's like a legit dude.
That's what it used to be.
Right. And so I'm already eating lunch. I'm eating lunch, strolling, minding my business. My crazy ass. I don't know why I did it. I was like, you know what? I took the time, copied his Cash App. And Cash asked for $5 just to see.
Right. Well, what happened?
What happened?
Closed mouth don't get fed.
Right. Yo, he denied it immediately, and then requested for me for like $1 gazillion.
For real?
$1 gazillion, and then the caption it said, "F you, you broke ass boy." I said, "Yo, I thought you was feeling generous." Yo. So then after that he blasts me on Twitter.
What?
And then he blasts me on Twitter. He said, "Yo, do y'all know this broke ass boy Killer TV
asking for $5?
I said, "Yo, I'm nervous now." I'm like, "Yo, is he famous? Like, and blowing me up like this?
Right.
Like, who is this guy?" I finally click on the page. He's one of those guys that bought his blue check. He had 614
Oh my God!
followers,
Right,
and I
right.
thought he was famous.
Yeah, you thought
and,
you was about to really be like on blast, on blast.
and it was really just an inside joke between Goldsboro Grams and the dude, and I was like, I didn't even know,
Yeah.
and I just got caught in the crossfire. So fuck them blue checks. I really thought I was talking to somebody famous.
Right.
Man, that is crazy, man.
Yeah, man. The blue check thing, it's I need to get it. I still need it the original way.
Absolutely.
So I'm good on that.
Absolutely, man. Man, thank y'all for tapping in the Best Conversations podcast. Salute the DJ VI, salute the Rello, the Prince. Hopefully we'll see y'all soon. And thanks for everybody watching, tapping in. Thanks to the studio, TMG Studios, for holding me down. I hope y'all like the setup and the vibe.
Yeah, it's a beautiful studio. Beautiful. Shout out to y'all for keep growing from what it originally was, for real.
Absolutely. They spent like 15, 20 minutes before I started just trying to get the vibe right.
Right.
So,
no, and they got it right. They hit it perfectly, too.
They got it right. So
for sure.
I appreciate y'all, man. All right, man. You know how we end this thing. Keep God first, and I promise everything else will work itself out. Peace, love. Catch y'all next time.